If you're struggling to get your kids into childcare, sadly, you are not alone. A new report this morning revealing 2/3 of centres across Australia are capping enrolments amid a severe worker shortage. Let's bring in Australian Childcare Alliance President Paul Mondo in Melbourne. Paul, thanks so much for your time. Your organisation has authored this report. I mean, we've heard so much anecdotal evidence about the impact this is having on families, but what have your stats found?
Yeah, look, we know that workforce challenges have grown over the last couple of years, and we thought we wanted to quantify what that might look like. So we ran a couple of surveys. In February, in our reference period, there was 16,000 places unavailable across the 672 services who responded to this, which really meant that most families who were trying to look for care at that point in time couldn't get into the door. When we ran the survey again, there was 56% of respondents were still capping their enrolments, and we know this is due to a lack of available staff at that point in time. And in order to maintain our high quality care, what we need to do is unfortunately say no to some children, particularly if they're new families to the service, and sometimes in other circumstances when we have staff away absent.
We know this is obviously having an impact on families, but were you able to get a bit of a sense of why we're having so much trouble finding these qualified educators?
Oh, look, workforce shortages in our sector have been occurring for a while, and the pandemic exacerbated that. And quite frankly, at the moment, we're not attracting enough new people to want to study our courses, and we're losing a lot of people as well. And, ultimately, we're working with the government and the unions as part of their supported bargaining application at the moment to improve financial outcomes for our educators, because we know that is a really important part of looking after the people we have and trying to bring back new people and other people who may have left the sector for that reason.
Is that what it comes down to, in your view, the fact that the pay doesn't really quite measure up to the role that's required?
Look, it's one part of it, and it's a really important part of it. We know that Australia is a large country with problems that might occur across different parts of the country there. But ultimately, what we need to see is an improvement in outcomes for our educators. And one of the challenges that we've always had is that whenever we talk about increased wages for our sector, unfortunately, that generally has resulted in increased fees for families. And so what we're trying to do is make sure that we can deliver on the government's childcare affordability measures due to be introduced in July, which are fantastic policy outcome. But what we really need is to supplement that with additional support for our educators.
Rorting really is a problem, isn't it, in this sector?
Look, no, I don't agree with that. But what I'd say is that our sector is one that has payroll that sits somewhere between 60 and 85% of revenue there. Any change in wages, small or large, has a direct impact on fees, unfortunately. And it's those people that are really truly needed. I mean, the two key pillars of strong early childhood education in our sector are our highly valued, a stable and supported educator and teacher workforce, and strong and viable providers to supplement that.
All right, Paul, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.